Hello and welcome back to Project Zomboid. So I want to start this off. We're going to go through and take a look at the mods I've got running. We'll go ahead and just start at the top. I don't have the AIZ map pack enabled. You have American Cars mod, durability tweaks mostly, Bedford Falls map add-on, I've got that enabled. Adds in a massive town with a huge number of zombies. I haven't actually gone there yet, and it'll be interesting to check that out eventually. Next one I got is Craft Helper mod that allows me to select the craft help so it can let me know what I can actually do with certain items. The exercise mod, I haven't used it yet. Supposedly it does just what it says there. Allows you to lose weight, grow muscles, that sort of deal. Farming Never Rot. Supposedly this prevents crops from rotting, so if you decide to go away from home for a prolonged period of time, you won't come back to a field of rotten crops. We got Filibuster Rhymes, Smaller Cars. This is just kind of changes the size of cars to line up more with Filibuster Rhymes used cars, which adds in a whole bunch of new vehicle options. A lot of cool vehicles in that. Definitely a must. And Forage Fix. I mean, it says it makes life way more awesome, so I just downloaded that. Never actually tried it. I'm gonna go ahead and enable that. Supposedly this makes it so you can forage pretty much anywhere. Fort Knox, I haven't explored that yet. That'll be an interesting one to do. Fort Redstone, been there, done that. Not in this playthrough, but definitely plan to. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, these bunkers back here have some good stuff for sure. And of course, Hydrocraft makes life possible. Hydrocraft and ORGM compatibility, self-explanatory there. MREs. MREs are now a thing. Make vehicle windows. It's pretty straightforward. More space in car trunks. I believe that only works on the vanilla cars. I could be wrong. I don't think that applies to Filibuster's cars. Necroforge mod plugins. This allows Necroforge to be used with ORGM. I don't think I have the spray paint mod or any of these others. Hydrocraft and ORGM. It enables that. I know that much. And then Necroforge. This is it lets you spawn items into your inventory, and that's what I used for my starting loadout of gear. Gun silencers, yep. Adds a silencer weapon part to all the guns in ORGM mod. And then the ORGM mod itself replaces the nondescript guns with a load of real-world counterparts. And I think it does a whole lot more than that as well. I don't know exactly all the things that it does, but it definitely makes guns usable in my opinion. Super Survivors, this is a huge one. This is the mod I used. It has settings, a whole bunch of different settings. We'll look at those settings in just a second, but in vanilla Zomboid, there's no NPCs besides zombies. This changes that. Vehicle salvage, break down car wrecks for usable materials. Here's another new one I haven't used yet. Wilhelm's Wilderness Improvements. Improvements to flora, new forageables, craftable bows, animals, and more. Go ahead and enable that. The food expiry. This gives a readout of the state of the food. And then this is the Minimap Mod. Basically a little GPS thing. And it's got some new uses I discovered as well. Night Vision Goggle mod. Haven't actually come across any night vision goggles, so I don't even know if this one works. So we'll go back. Okay. Now we'll go into options here real quick, and ORGM has a whole bunch of options you can use. I don't really mess with those too much. Some of the most important ones you might want to look at in here would be jamming, shell case ejection, and remove base game firearms. Yeah, it just gets confusing if you don't. Disable full auto fire. No. And you can tweak all the various options related to firearms there. And then super survivors, you got the survivor spawn rate you can adjust. The unique survivors, I guess that pertains to like the Walking Dead faction survivors. It's set to on, which means it's disabled. Counterintuitive there, but yeah. Chance to spawn with gun, you can set the chance that a super survivor will spawn with a gun. Raiders event guaranteed every so many days. Raiders start spawning. And I don't like the hostile super survivors because the game isn't made for that, honestly. And it's really crappy. You can get yourself into some really crappy situations with that, and it's hard to... It oftentimes becomes a dice roll. Anyways, ready for battle mode. You and, if enabled, your wife will spawn with guns and ammo. And it says also armor if armor mod enabled. Yeah, I've had it enabled before. You don't start with armor. Must be some other mod I don't have. I don't know. Wife and husband spawn. If you have this selected, you will spawn with a super survivor named wife, or I guess husband. Survivor friendliness. Yep, this will determine how likely they are to join you. That's the survivors you come across in the world. Survivor bravery. This says it determines how likely they are to fight or flee or avoid. Infinite ammo setting, auto-based tasks, and hunger and thirst. I got that off because they're just bottomless pits. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and load back in here. And I have made some significant changes to the base between episodes, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Alright, so we're loaded in here, and in regards to the mods I have, my guy's fiending for a cigarette right now. Well, I guess let's not take care of that because I don't have any on me. So we'll just come out here in our sort of living room, I guess. But in regards to the mods, the Minimap Mod, you press the home key, and bam, the minimap shows up. The area is loading, can scroll out. Usually can scroll on it. I can also change the size of it. Just click and drag, and then you click this, you can move it around wherever. It has date and time down here, which I just noticed. Not only that, we zoom in here, shows our character right there. We can right click on the map, we can set targets. If we set that target, it'll just draw a line straight to wherever you set the target. And that way it'll help you kind of navigate across the map. It won't give you a path to it, but it'll, yeah. You can also add markers. If you select move, your character will start walking. That's something I recently discovered. Not only that, while you're walking, you can speed up time. And it's just kind of a, sort of a fast travel thing. And also during that, if you are speeding up time and it's just auto walking, if you get close to zombies, it'll slow back down to normal time. Because as far as I can tell, he just kind of takes take the most direct path there. So yeah, let's see. Can I unset target? There we go. As you can see, we got symbols for cars on that map there. Survivors will show up on there. Even zombies will show up as little red blips. But yeah, if we take a look at the base, you can tell I've been pretty busy. Got quite a few cars. That's every vehicle in this town that had a key is here now. Every single one. Not only that, here I've got a junkyard. And this is taking up a lot of the screen. Oh yeah, lost some weight. And now I'm down to just overweight. No longer obese, just overweight now. Still a smoker, still need glasses. If we take a look at the junkyard here, there's tiers to the junkyard. Take a look in the crafting menu so I can tell you exactly how it's made. I don't exactly remember. Let's just... Why is that favorited? There. Can we look at everything, perhaps? Junk. Survivalist. Oh, jeez. Alright, let me find this real quick. Look at this menu. It's insane. Okay, so here it is. It's under the engineering tab. Junkyards. We've got make a small junkyard. You gotta have a shovel and a hammer, and then it will consume 3 nails and 3 planks. And if you do that, it'll just drop a junkyard. It'll be an empty junkyard, small empty junkyard. And then to fill it, you just go over, right click on your empty junkyard, and it will consume a small bag with trash, which you have to find. And then, let's see, where's upgrade to medium junkyard. So this is where I'm at now in terms of working on that. I'm gonna need a shovel and a hammer, which I've got those. I've got a small full junkyard, but I'm gonna need 3 steel rods and 8 chicken wire to upgrade to a medium junkyard. Now, what can I do with a small full junkyard? Not a whole lot. If I find like bags of trash and stuff, I can come over here, and if they're in my inventory, I can open them up and find possibly useful items. And then once I upgrade to a medium junkyard, which it's not too difficult, the steel rods, those might be difficult to come across. Actually, no, I should be able to. Once I start getting into metalworking, they'll be pretty easy to find. And then I can upgrade to a medium junkyard. Medium junkyard will allow you to, I believe you can right click on it and search, and then you'll be able to find bags of trash and stuff like that. So it becomes a renewable resource more or less at that point. And then the large junkyard takes a whole lot of stuff, most of which I have no idea where to even begin looking for, like steel beams. I don't think I've ever seen a steel beam. Or a giant magnet. A chain? Maybe I can break apart a bicycle and get a chain. Maybe that's what that is. Or maybe that's just like an actual chain. Welding torch and gas tank. Gonna have to craft that up. And then also need work gloves, yeah. Bolts, nuts, easy enough. Screwdriver, and then of course more steel rods. That'll give us a large junkyard. Not exactly sure what you can do with the large junkyard, as I've never had one. So that's a lofty goal there. But we're gonna go ahead and favorite the junkyard stuff, I think. Yeah, okay, so search junk. It just, yeah, medium, large, all that. You can search those boxes of trash. And bags. Okay. Okay. So enough of that. What else do we want to do? Oh yeah, I've made a pretty significant expansion on the base. It's not complete. None of the base is. But I plan on eventually this area here is going to be kitchen and refrigerated food storage for sure. Probably going to knock out this wall here. Maybe leave the wall here, put a doorway in over here. And the plan is then have the kitchen and all those essential appliances that need connected to electricity to be operated off of a generator, and that way I should be able to use a single generator to operate all of that and at least 1 or 2 of these pumps. And as far as farming goes, you can see over here, young cabbage, it's regrowing. I already harvested a bunch of cabbage. And young strawberry. How are these tomatoes looking? Young tomatoes, young potatoes. So the cabbage grew really fast. Got a bunch of cabbage, bunch more cabbage seeds, and then I replanted them, and they're already regrowing before I've been able to harvest anything else. And I did have some mildew and flies I had to take care of. Yeah, you can make cures for the plant diseases and stuff once you find the little book that teaches you the cure recipe. And I think that's about it. We can take a look upstairs here. Oh, and I discovered I can make shingles, like roofing tiles. I haven't made any yet, so we'll have to see how that works. Maybe we'll be able to repair our roof up here. But otherwise, I'm just thinking, you know, having like a third floor up here, just kind of a mezzanine sort of deal. And I think I might build a wall along here and down to here, somewhere in here. I don't want it, I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I don't know yet. We'll see. Yeah. Other than that, this is going to stay open. All up here. Don't know what I'm going to use it. Don't know what I'm going to use it for, but it's there. Only really have plans for use on the bottom floor. Here you can see this is all this crap. Ran into a couple more super survivors, had them join, and for whatever reason they just dumped all their crap they had over here. Who was that anyway? I think it was Murray that had all that food. He was hanging out in that grocery store or whatever, boarding it all up. They haven't been doing a very good job of cleaning up out here. As you can see, we got a couple of bodies laying about. I did find another generator, which is in one of these hundreds of vehicles. Not sure where. Yeah, it's not in that one. And just kind of been making little runs here and there, clearing out zombies. Definitely, there's really not a whole lot in terms of zombies. Basically from here over. This is all pretty much clear over this way. Down here, there is quite a few. And over here, there's an absolute horde of zombies. I went down over here and looted a few things out. I think that's where I found the other generator. Is in that little shed there. But yeah, an absolute horde down over here. So I'm gonna have to look into clearing that out at some time. Gotta keep the hometown safe. Safe and secure, free of zombies. Maybe restart the tourism industry. We'll be the only store open for business then. We'll have it. We'll have that market on lockdown. Anyways, that's pretty much all I had for you in this episode. Just wanted to cover the mods that I was using, maybe answer a few questions in the process that way, and just kind of show you what I've been up to. More of the regular episodes will be coming. Let's see, can we can forage here. See what we can get. We can forage. We're in town now, literally right out back of the gas station, and we're foraging. That does make life awesome. Elderberry. We got some elderberry. We do have a little bit of foraging skill, so I guess the foraging here isn't great. There's no percentage on it, it doesn't look like. That's interesting. Can we no longer deplete an area? Elbows. Let's try again. Just wanna... Oh no, that seems... that might be a little too overpowered. If there's no forage percentage. Because now if I set them to forage... Oh, good God, we're gonna have too much crap. That's interesting. Wow. Getting all sorts of stuff. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, definitely makes life awesome. So, anyways, thanks for watching. As always, have a good one.